Alright, let's look at a couple different examples. This will be example 3. Got our right triangle. One side is 13 meters. One side is 17 meters, and we have our unknown side. Again, you want to find that hypotenuse first, across from the right angle, so there's side C. So we have 13 squared plus 17 squared equals C squared. 13 squared is 169. 17 squared is 289. And we don't know C squared. We add those two together, and that's 458 equals C squared. When we go to square root this, it does not work out to a nice number. So in your calculator, you can hopefully see that, we do 458, and when we hit square root, it gives us a big crazy decimal. So we're going to round, and the computer will tell you how it wants to round. I'm going to round to the 10th. Let's round to the 10th on this one. So here's my big crazy decimal, but we're going to round to the 10th, so it'll just be 21.4. The units were in meters. So if you get something crazy in your calculator, just round appropriately based on how the computer tells you or how the test tells you how to round. Otherwise, the process is the same. Alright, let's look at a different situation. I'll do this one with you, and then I'll give you one to try. Example 4. Drawing the triangles in different directions so you can practice finding the hypotenuse. This time I'm going to say this side is 20 feet, say this side is 10 feet, and I don't know that side. You still want to find your hypotenuse first. So go across from the right angle. This is side C. This time we have side C. We don't have one of the legs. A or B does not matter. So when we set up our equation, A can be 10 or B. B can be unknown or A can be unknown, doesn't matter. But this time we know side C is 20. So 10 squared is 100. B squared we don't know. 20 squared is 400. So instead of adding the two numbers together, we need to subtract 100 from both sides. That's B squared equals 300. So it's just, instead of adding, you subtract. You still square root. The square root of 300, so 300 square rooted is that big crazy decimal. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. The 2 tells us to round the 3 down, so it'll be 17.3 feet. It should be shorter than the hypotenuse. Each leg should be shorter than the hypotenuse. Alright, I'll give you one to try. This will be example 5. And we should be good for this section. Example 5. Let's draw it again. There's my right angle. Say this side is 6 centimeters and this side is 18 centimeters, and we don't know that side. Go ahead and pause the video and try to find that missing side. Alright, so we still want to find the hypotenuse across from the right angle. That's side C, A, and B, so we're missing one of the legs. 6 squared plus something squared equals 18 squared. 6 squared is 36. B squared we don't know. 18 squared is 324. We need to subtract the 36. So B squared equals 288. And then square root. You get this big crazy decimal. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. So it's 16.97056.275. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. The 7 tells us to round up. The 9 would round to the next number, so 17. So side B is going to be 17.0 or 0.0 centimeters. Again, just shorter than the hypotenuse. Alright, that concludes section 5.8. You can do the practice on the online homework, and then you should be good.